Hi, everyone. Welcome to our parent info session for the Academy. Tonight's special, a little different than things that we've done in previous months, just because we have some really exciting things happening within the Academy in the upcoming months. We are going to be talking to that. But before I get into that, I would like to introduce Jimmy Rispy, who is our founder, chief kid influencer, as we like to call him. Pass the mic over to him so he can get us started tonight.
Hey, thanks, Kayla. Hey, so also before I get everything started, Kayla is one of our structured literacy teachers, and she is the founder of the Academy Arizona, and she's going to open up a campus location in Phoenix for the 22-23 school year. So we're really excited about that. One thing I want to bring to parents' attention is we have a training camp next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And this is a great opportunity, 3 days where parents can, through their kids, obviously, can sign up their kids to take advantage of all of our classes and what our school has to offer them. And just a really great time for the kids to understand what our parents do with them throughout the sessions, throughout the huddles. We call them huddles. And then we do have a small deposit of $100, which is fully refundable after the kids at the end of the 3 days. And so would love to see parents sign up for that. It starts on next Monday, and the link can be found on the Facebook page and or the Academy Way website or Academy virtual website. And next up is Ann Gradman. And Ann is our founder of the Academy New Jersey, which is located at Bell Works. And like Kayla, Ann is a structured literacy teacher, Wilson trained, and she'll be using Wilson at the New Jersey site. And so we're really excited about Ann leading these efforts to get this campus started, and especially in the Bell Works facility. If you haven't been by there, it's an awesome facility. And Ann brings just a tremendous amount of experience and excitement to the school. And when I met her, I was just so delighted that our kids and our parents will have an opportunity to experience just all the skills and excitement that she brings to kids. And so, without any further ado, Ann is gonna talk to you about the Academy New Jersey.
Thank you, Jimmy. That was really nice. I'm excited to be here. I'm so excited to be back with my Academy virtual friends. Great to see everybody. Thank you for inviting me to talk about the Academy New Jersey, which I do love doing because I'm so excited about it. Just a little bit about me. Like Jimmy said, I am Wilson certified structured literacy teacher. I've been teaching for about 20 years, always in the area of literacy. I also am an executive function coach. So I work one-to-one with students currently virtually, working on executive function skills in all different ways. I'm excited to bring that aspect of my experience to our school as well. Let's see, something interesting about my past and experiences. I've worked in a lot of different types of educational environments. So I've worked in public school, I've worked in charter school. I worked in another country in a school. So I feel like seeing diverse environments have helped shape my view on education. And in meeting Jimmy and all of the teachers at the Academy, I really feel like we are like-minded in our passion to help kids, to work with kids, and the way we feel like we can best do that. So it's been a really, really exciting year in having the opportunity to get this started. Let's see, should I just keep going?
So, Anne, I wanted to bring up one point. So, talking about your background in executive functioning, I know something that I was really excited about was an idea that you had to bring to all of our schools. And so, can you speak a little bit to that portion of the executive functioning and the get ready type? I forget the exact terminology that you use, but you're going to start to implement in New Jersey, and then hopefully we'll carry over to our other locations.
Yeah, so go time is
Yeah.
I think what you're trying to get at.
Yeah.
Yeah, so something that, I mean, working in a public school, when the structure and the schedule, the rigor of the schedule dictating everything there, the students that I work with who might struggle with executive function really have a hard time just managing themselves. And it doesn't need to be that way. It's just, we don't leave time for them to develop those skills, and we don't help show them how to do it. So at the academy, we're building time in for that in like real life ways, I want to say. So go time will just be connected to our morning meeting time, which also will be life coaching time. I might let Jimmy talk a little bit about life coaching in a second. But go time will be just like a mindful 10 to 15 minutes of setting yourself up for success in your day. And think about what a difference your day would be, or for our children, if they actually are provided with that structured time to think and reflect on what they need to be successful. And that can be so many different things. So really, we're working on self-regulation and time management and organization and planning and all of these different executive functions by letting them get in touch with themselves, what they will need to be successful. So we'll be doing that specifically in the morning, but also just that will just be sort of built into our day. So having that mindful reflection is really a way of teaching kids how to self-regulate. And I think that's missing so much from a lot of educational programs right now.
I couldn't agree more. And I feel like even what a great skill and habit to instill in our students to then, hopefully carry on into whatever their plans are after school, right? I mean, even as adults, we jump up and we get into our day. And even if we just took those few minutes just to, reflect and get ready for our day and to kind of keep that, the end in sight, the end in mind, how much more successful some of our days would be. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see those empowering habits being started with our kiddos at such a young age. So,
me too. Can I add one more thing, Kayla?
Of course.
I could talk about this for forever. I won't, but but it could. Like, think about how many parents have struggle in the morning to get their child ready for school. Like, so many kids, especially kids with ADHD or executive dysfunction, who have a hard time getting up in the morning, who have a hard time finding their materials, getting dressed is a struggle, eating breakfast, all of these things. So I'd like to think that we're almost taking that off of a parent's plate, and in a way, like, it would be motivating for a child to know that pressure is gone, that they can come and then get it together once they get to school, as opposed to having to be on right when you get there. No, that we get it. We get that it's tough, and that we all need different things, and we all need sometimes time just to figure that out. So hopefully parents will appreciate that as well.
I love that. That's awesome. And so you kind of touch base right now to some of the population that you'll be serving, but we know that Jimmy, the mastermind behind all of this, right at its roots, was considering our individuals with dyslexia. So speaking to that, Anne, can you talk about how the Academy New Jersey, really that will be the main focus, and then maybe some other population of children that we can also help at your location?
Absolutely. So really, the Academy, like you said, Jimmy, designed to specifically focus on students with dyslexia. And in doing that, it's really a unique place because we're looking at brains, we're looking at science, and we're designing a program specifically for students who usually have been sort of left out of traditional programs. So what we're saying is, you know, the fact that your brain works a certain way is exciting, and we can look at it in a positive, in that way of we can find what the strengths that you have, which are, as we know, because we study this, amazing strengths in a dyslexic brain, and we can use those to power our program. So looking at what, like the structure of our day, the structure of our classes, our academic and non-academic classes, everything really will be designed for somebody with a unique brain. And I say unique, even though we know 10% of the population has dyslexia. So there's a lot of people that we can serve and help sort of change the narrative of the traditional program of you're trying to take somebody who doesn't learn a certain way and force them to learn that way. And instead, we're going to be using programs that we know work. So we're going to be doing structured literacy every day that's just a non-negotiable, that we're using the Wilson program, which is multisensory structured language program to teach our students how to read successfully. And it is an amazing program and it works. So students will go through that program. We'll be teaching math. We'll be using multisensory methods, real life application math. We're going to be making all of our academic areas meaningful. So students with dyslexia and ADHD really they're not going to learn or connect with the material unless it's meaningful to them. So that is a huge focus of our program. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and I know you and I have spoke so much, and that's something that comes up quite often. And it's almost like when children say that to you, you can't argue with them because there's so much truth in it, right? Like, well, when am I going to need to know this in life? Or when am I? And you can't argue with it sometimes because some of the material that's taught in traditional schools, you won't use, right? So I know that Jimmy has been, that's been a huge component behind everything that we do, is that real life push, right? Jimmy, you tell us we're not teaching kids to do school, we're teaching kids to do life, right?
Yes, teach kids real life stuff. Imagine that. And we don't prepare, most schools prepare kids for school, but we prepare kids for real life, and just making sure that anything that the teachers are working on makes sense to kids. And in order for it to make sense to kids, it has to be something that they can see, hear, touch, and have some experience with it. So that's really important in how we approach things. And then, you know, our difference is we have a bunch more flexibility than public schools have, and that most private schools make a conscious decision to operate. And so we don't do that. We don't believe in testing kids, and we just care about where students start and that they make continuous progress along their own specific, unique life path, and that they reach their individual greatness and understand it. And then we can help them cultivate it and begin helping them understand how they can make a living off of it as well.
I love it. So it's really honestly the best of all worlds, right? We have that remediation component if we need it, you know, the structured literacy, the math in ways that we know our students can learn it, and then also areas where they can generalize the skills that we're teaching them. So truly, you know, the whole picture. And so speaking to the Academy New Jersey specifically, can you kind of talk to us about the population of kids that you'll be servicing, maybe what their school days will look like, and how that will be ran?
Yes. So I won't talk about the location yet because I think that's next, but we will be starting with grades 3 through 6 for the first year, and our plan is to add a grade level every year, and then in the year 2027 we'll have our first senior class. We're a year-round school. We have school in the summer, which we think is really important for kids to keep learning throughout the summer. I think parents also, every parent that I've spoken to agrees that, it's sort of it's not a great time for their children when they haven't had instruction in 2 months. But also our kids are going to want to come because we're going to have so much fun. So a typical day will consist of structured literacy, language arts, which components would be writing. So we will be using writing program, connecting what they're writing and what they're reading to what they're doing across the board during their day. So a large component of our program is entrepreneurship, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a second too. Every day, students will be working on some aspect of entrepreneurship, which will drive a lot of the content in their other academic areas. We already talked about math a little bit. We're going to be looking at real world application math using multisensory techniques. Everything that we do, we're going to make as meaningful as possible and connected learning for the students. We have a full day school program, 8:30 to 3:30, Monday through Friday. We'll be in person. Our teacher to student ratio is 1 to 6, and that's at the most. So a very low student to teacher ratio. What else can I tell you? We'll have a lot of movement throughout our day. So we believe at the Academy that kids need to move. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm standing up right now. I made myself a standing desk because I've been having a lot of Zooms. I've been teaching virtually, and I just, sitting down all day is just not conducive to staying focused, or it doesn't make me feel good. So it's helped a lot because I can just move around, while I'm during my day. So I want my kids to stand up too. So we'll be moving a lot. Bellworks, where we're going to be located. If there's so many areas that we can use there for movement that are really cool. The kids are going to be so excited. My own kids are jealous. And what else can I tell you about our day?
It sounds awesome. And I know that we've learned, right, especially with our kiddos with dyslexia, how important that year-round consistent instruction is. So truly down to what we're teaching them, how we're teaching them, how our school year is structured, everything is in the best interest of these unique learners. So really, I honestly don't know a place that heavily is catering to these kiddos that normally are viewed as, outside the box. And so it's awesome. It's incredible. So you kind of touched base on entrepreneurship. So the next slide digs into that a little more, and I'm really excited about this part. It makes me giddy. So I'll let you get into that.
So I love this slide too. I'm just excited looking at it. But I do have to credit Jimmy for, turning me into an entrepreneur, which, I never thought of myself like that before, but I feel like, everybody is an entrepreneur in some way. And now I understand it. And we know from that the dyslexic mind lends itself to having different strengths and different areas, such as entrepreneurship, engineering, architecture, and the arts, are areas that people with dyslexia generally find themselves doing really well in. But entrepreneurship lends itself to kids' experience from young age all the way through adulthood because it touches on all different skills as well as being like easily relatable. So we're so excited not only to help kids find their greatness through our program that we will be creating with them, but in teaching them how to dream and how their imagination and their ideas are important and are amazing, and how they can pursue those to actually follow through with that and have an experience that's real and that they created. So we will actually have them be starting businesses, and they will see them come to life, and their self-esteem is going to go through the roof because they're going to feel so good about themselves after having been a part of something that's so real and amazing and that is appreciated by people, as opposed to, a little bit more passive learning. So yes, Janice, thank you. Learn by doing, building confidence, exactly what I'm saying. So becoming entrepreneurs is going to be a huge part of our program. And by the time they're in high school, they will actually be creating a product that they can sell, or a service that they can make money off of. So it's not just for show, it's going to be for real. And we're so excited about it. Two of the programs that we're going to draw from are Noticeability and Kidpreneurs, which are amazing programs that we're so thrilled to be able to incorporate to use with students. But really, the students are going to drive the program. We're excited for them to work collaboratively and independently to build social skills during this experience as well. But really, they're going to learn business. They're going to learn math. They're going to learn communication skills and literacy all through this real world experience. So couldn't be more excited to be a part of it.
I love it. And I just think of our kiddos with dyslexia or ADHD, like I feel like their worlds constantly, they feel out of control, right? They feel out of control of everything. And so this really is giving them such control over something in their out of control world that it seems so much of their time. So again, like just the empowerment I feel like our students are going to gain is truly going to be life changing, honestly, for them. So that's awesome.
I don't think a school can do anything better than building a child's self-esteem. And I think that's what we're going to do. So I know that's what we're going to do. So
yeah, I agree.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, and if I can add to that, Kayla, and I think Ann just did a wonderful job of explaining just all the benefits to entrepreneurship and how we're going to tap into that. And, I think many of us understand and have been part of helping kids realize what they're weak at or bad at being in school, part of school, a student in school, and then a teacher in school. And it's really, really unfortunate, but that's just how school is structured. And so we're completely not that. We're going to focus on a kid's greatness and figure out what they're going to be great at. And then continue to push them to make themselves better and understand that greatness and just, completely all the time build them up. And her teachers are just going to do an amazing job of that. And that's really one thing that we focus on when we look at hiring people and making sure that we have people who are going to love on kids. We can hire plenty of teachers, but we need teachers who are going to love on kids first.
Yep. Awesome. Jimmy, was there anything you wanted to add on top of noticeability or anything along those lines?
No, I think Ann did a really good job of it. We do hope to come out with a pretty big announcement here soon, and just a partnership with Noticeability and incorporating that weaving that entire approach, strategy, philosophy into our school program. So hopefully within the next month, Dean and I will have an announcement to make.
Awesome. All right, so we were just speaking about greatness. Jimmy did a perfect segue into that. And anything you would like to add as far as us bringing out every child's greatness?
Really, I think that we kind of covered our philosophy behind our school, but like what Jimmy was saying of, you know, we're just not that of the traditional school of having a child, you know, really have to go through the experience of feeling less than over and over again. That we're flipping it, and we're just changing that narrative completely, because we know that that's just what's going to be best for kids. And I can't wait to have the opportunity to do that. I feel like, you know, in some of the environments where I work, I don't, you know, and it's frustrating because I can see what's happening to them, you know, real time. But to have this opportunity to build kids up is, I can't even tell you how excited I am. And to be a part of their journey. And Jimmy said, we're gonna find, you know, what they're great at and help them do it. But I not to correct you, Jimmy, but I'm just gonna say that we're gonna help, they're gonna find what they're great at. We're not gonna find it. We're gonna help them discover it for themselves, because they're the only ones who really know. So that's how I feel, like we're their guides and coaches, but they're really, you know, steering the ship. So we didn't talk about Bellworks yet, though.
We didn't. Where? Yeah. Let me see in this.
I will just mention.
Is that further along on the slide?
That
I can always come back. I don't think so.
Do we not have a slide? I guess we don't. But so I'll just do a quick plug. Bellworks is so cool. It's a really great building. It used to be Bell Labs back in the 50s, and I think before that, where they did tons of innovation. So actually today I found out, which I'm excited to share, like the first solar power cell was invented there. So like the innovation has been there, like that's what it's all about. And there's a lot of tech companies that have offices there. There's like entertainment, retail, there's food places. It's a whole little city in a indoors. And that's really what it's supposed to be. So our school will be really connected to this amazing community there of different types of people, but really forward-thinking, innovative types of people that they can connect with, that we can connect with for the kids. And that just excites me so much too, because I feel like sometimes in schools, we're really isolated from the community and we don't really have partnerships too much, but we're going to be in a unique situation where we're going to get the benefit of those connections. So excited about Bellworks, and everybody thinks it's the coolest place ever. So, and kids especially, like, woo, they're going to want to come to school just because it's there, you know. But we'll make it fun too. But they're going to love Bellworks. So very excited.
Are you guys able to see kind of the slide through that's going through? Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is amazing. I know that we've posted some pictures on Facebook of it, but truly just, I think I love it, one, because it's super cool, but I love it too because it's just not traditional, and we're not traditional, right? So I feel like it speaks to who we are so much, and it's out of the box. Like our kids are so much out of the box. So I really feel like if you could have picked a building that that wants to physically describe what the Academy is all about, like that's Bellworks. So I'm so excited for it. Awesome. And
Yeah,
hopefully one day,
well
once
said,
the snow
Kayla.
clears, oh, sorry, Jimmy, go ahead. What?
No, you're good. Well said. It really is just an example of what we believe in and who we are. And yeah, just it's going to be a really cool place for kids.
It is. And once we, let me switch over my screens here. Once the snow clears out, if it ever does, right, we can hopefully go there and go live. We were hoping to do that tonight, but
Yes, I would have been there, but we got like another foot of snow today.
yeah, Mother Nature had other plans for us. All right, so I think the rest of these slides then just contact information. Also, there are some. Janice has been doing great putting that stuff in the chat. We have some student success stories from our virtual setting, all of our cuties that we have that are present students there right now, and all the different ways they're learning. So cute. The connections that even in a virtual world, we're still making those connections with the kiddos. So it's always exciting, and I can't wait for the brick and mortar setting because I feel like it's just going to carry that on, right? Just going to carry that on, but in a different setting. So, and if there's anything else that you want to add about the Academy New Jersey before I pass it back to Jimmy, if he wants to speak to maybe our virtual setting before we say goodbye for the night.
Just reach out anytime, info at theacademynj.org, or you can call me. I think the number is on there, but it's 732-856-8077. Check out our Facebook page, the Academy NJ. We're updating, pretty regularly on any events that we're having. But we can always schedule time to meet. We can go tour Bellworks. You can see the location of the school. So reach out anytime.
Awesome. Thanks, Anne. I'm so excited.
Yeah, awesome, man. Just thank you for sharing about yourself and just about this awesome journey that you're on to create your own school. So I feel really fortunate and blessed to be a part of it, going along this journey with you. So thank you for allowing me to do that, and thanks for dreaming the crazy dreams that you're dreaming now. And so the Academy Virtual is a snapshot of what the Academy New Jersey and Academy Arizona will be, but we concentrate on structured literacy, writing, reading comprehension, and math. And our teachers are freaking awesome. They're amazing. I never was a fan of virtual education, and but obviously this is a different time, and they've absolutely bring just such passion and emotion and love into the huddles that we have with the kids. And so it's four classes, Monday through Thursday, and each class is 50 minutes, and then there's a 10-minute break in between the first and second class, and then an hour break between the second and third class. And so school is about 4 hours and 45 minutes long. And our classes don't have any more than 4 students in the non-structured literacy portion, and then in the structured literacy classes, there are no more than 2 students. So all of our kids get awesome attention from our teachers, and again, they just do an amazing job with our kids. And just really excited about the Academy Virtual. And you can join the Academy Virtual anytime during the year. Obviously, better you join at the beginning. In the beginning for us this coming year, like Anne, will be year-round. And so the beginning for the year-round Academy Virtual is going to be in June, the beginning of June. So please check out the website at theacademyvirtual.org and sign up.
We spoke to the training camp at the beginning of our parent info session, but just a quick reminder as well that next week, from Monday to Wednesday, we have our training camp, which is what we call our 3-day commitment-free pretty much cost-free. You give a $100 deposit, but that's 100% fully refundable when your student finishes those 3 days. They get a great feel for what the Academy Virtual is all about. Basically, it's an all day, just like if you were a full-time student with us. They visit every single one of our classrooms, have that full hands-on experience, and they'll be learning. And I promise at one point or another, they'll totally forget that they're in school because they'll be having such a blast. But if you want to register, registration is open. Spots are limited, but you can go onto our website, the academyvirtual.org, and you'll see camps there. I think it's camps or free camps across the top, and you click on that, and then that's how you register your child for the training camp. But I think that we have covered everything that we meant to cover tonight in our parent info session. Again, and before we leave, just a big shout out, thank you for being brave, for reaching for the stars, for really, you know, it's one thing to say dream big, but it's another thing to actually do it. And so, you know, thank you for taking that leap for all of us. And I cannot wait to see the impact that you're going to have on kids. It's going to be amazing.
Thank you, Kayla. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for having me today. And yeah, I can't wait. Very excited. I'm very excited. And you're all going to come to New Jersey.
When it's warm. Just kidding.
All right, guys. We'll wait a couple months and then come to New Jersey.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Jimmy? No? All right, guys. Well, have a great night and be safe if you're in the winter weather, and much love from the Academy, and we'll talk to everyone soon. Bye, guys.